This is Billy the Weather Guy live. We'll discuss Lorenzo and your 8-day forecast. So anyway, let's just get right into the weather. This is Billy the Weather Guy, and anyway, let's just get right into the forecast. Right now the temperature is 68 degrees. Partly cloudy. 55 degrees tonight. Saturday high of 81, low of 66. Partly cloudy in the morning and then cloudy in the afternoon.
I like to keep you in the know, so you can better prepare for every possibility. That has been Billy the Weather Guy. Tune in weekly.
Friday high of 60, low of 46. Rain all day. 5 to 10 mile per hour winds. And early in the video I said that it would rain shortly. Now it's starting to rain again, so. Anyway, I will see you Friday, so. Like this video if that was good, subscribe if you want to see more, make sure the bell icon is on for notifications. I will see you Friday, and bye. Okay, so we had rain. We have rain now. It's raining right now. Yesterday, it reached a temperature of 89 degrees at about 2:30, and the heat index went up to 91 degrees. And this morning, the temperature was about 50 degrees, I believe. About 50, and then right now it's 51 degrees. So yeah, 51 degrees. There is some rain right now. We have a bit of a break here, but there's like exactly where I am, but around the whole area there's like rain, some on and off showers now. So yeah. So tonight, 53 degrees. It's going to be raining, 5 to 10 mile per hour winds. Tomorrow, high of 62, low of 40. Mostly sunny, 15 to 25 mile per hour winds, and being cleared during the night, 5 to 10 mile per hour winds. Saturday, high of 60, low of 45, sunny, 5 to 10 mile per hour winds, partly cloudy in the afternoon, and then being mostly cloudy later at night. Winds light and variable. Sunday, high of 69, low of 53, cloudy, 10 to 15 mile per hour winds. Showers late during the night, 5 to 10 mile per hour winds. Monday, high of 71, low of 52. Rain during the day. Whole day. 10 to 20 mile per hour winds during the morning, and then it'll be 5 to 10 later on in the day. Tuesday, high of 65, low of 47. Showers in the morning, 5 to 10 mile per hour winds, and being partly cloudy later. Wednesday, high of 66, low of 46, mostly sunny, 5 to 10 mile per hour winds, being cleared during the night. Thursday, high of 68, low of 47, mostly sunny, 5 to 10 mile per hour winds, rain during the night. Winds light and variable as well. So partly cloudy skies during the early afternoon hours, and it will transition to rain. So Friday, more rain, high of 67, low of 49, showers during the whole day, 5 to 10 mile per hour winds. Now, Lorenzo is the main thing I want to talk about. So recently they had Dorian in Ireland and Britain. It wasn't that bad, but I think this storm will be worse than Dorian. So especially because it's going to go right into Ireland. It's going to go right onto the mainland. I just want to reiterate that this storm is not a hurricane anymore. It certainly isn't. It's post-tropical. Some websites are calling it X hurricane. X for, because for extra tropical is another word that they use. So basically, here's an article from Forbes. It says, Hurricane Lorenzo completed extratropical transition. What does that mean? Well, it does go on to state this in the article. And I'm going to read some parts from it. Yeah. Lorenzo is a special storm. It shattered all types of records in its journey across the Atlantic Ocean. It was the strongest hurricane we've seen this far, east and north. It is also just really weird to be talking about the second tropical cyclone in the past 2 years to head to Ireland. It happens at times, but don't let anyone convince you that it is normal or common. True. It's not, and particularly not a storm in this intensity. I recently wrote in Forbes about how odd Lorenzo is and whether tropical cyclone threats will become increasingly common in Europe. At the time of writing, Lorenzo is designated as a post-tropical cyclone by NOAA's National Hurricane Center after going through an extratropical transition. What does that mean? Okay, so this article is from yesterday. So, but basically, it is currently post-tropical. So, and as you see, according to the National Hurricane Center, Lorenzo has completed its transition to an extratropical system, they state in the 11 a.m. AST advisory. So, and and then that meant that it was completely a post-tropical system now. It is no longer somewhat tropical in nature. Because before, because it when they go far enough north, like Ophelia did, it's not a hurricane anymore. It's a hurricane, right? And then it weakens maybe to a tropical storm. It's tropical still, but then it's far enough north that it's starting to transition to post-tropical or extratropical. 2 words, same thing. So right now it is almost 3:30 here in the States on the East Coast, but right now in Ireland, I believe it is almost 8:30. So be very careful. Yeah, this is from 11 a.m. Wednesday, but the storm is actually like, right now it's probably made its landfall in Ireland. Not as a hurricane, it's an ex-hurricane. So, but yeah, they talk about it go on to state that this is what a tropical system likes. It has an eye wall. Maybe it has an eye wall. Maybe it doesn't, but it gets a lot of that energy from the ocean. But Lorenzo's getting its energy now from the difference of temperature, hot and cold. So it's getting its energy a bit differently. Yeah, see, an extratropical transition means that the storm is no longer deriving its energy from evaporated ocean water. It is now deriving its energy from differences in air masses. We see hurricanes like Sandy, 2012, Ophelia, 2017, do this all of the time. So that's what it's doing now. Well, it's still a pretty strong storm. It's just that the structure has changed because it's far enough. It's pretty far north. And then there's also a remnant low as another term. Another type of post-tropical cyclone is a remnant low. A remnant low no longer meets requirements to be called a tropical cyclone, has sustained winds below 34 knots. So that's another term, but that's for like a really weak storm. But anyway, let's move on to this. So we have from the Met Office, UK braces for 65-mile-per-hour winds as dozens of flood alerts issued. This is he'll be talking about Ireland and Britain as well.
Hello and welcome to Thursday morning's forecast from the Met Office. A chilly start out there for many places, but a bright start. Nice crisp autumn morning. More typical autumn weather arrives later with a spell of wind and rain. Nothing unusual, of course, but it does come courtesy of an ex-hurricane. This Hurricane Lorenzo, of course, by now, Storm Lorenzo, because it's been named by Erin, due to impacts expected across parts of the Republic of Ireland. However, it will also bring impacts.
I just want to mention, this storm was a hurricane, right? So Lorenzo. So usually they just take the name that we gave it and then put it into their terminology. Sometimes they call them windstorms in the UK. So, but yeah, Lorenzo is just not a hurricane. It's an ex-hurricane.
To some parts of the UK, nothing extreme. However, the potential for 60-mile-per-hour gusts for exposed coasts and hills of Northern Ireland, as well as big waves. And then later on into the...
Yeah, it's gotten a lot weaker, the storm. So it's not as strong as it was because it was a hurricane. And Yeah, I'm from the States. Usually I do the weather for America, but this seems like a very big deal, so I'm going to talk about it anyway.
Early hours of Friday, the wind transfers its way southwards to impact South Wales and the southwest of England in particular. Here, 65 mile per hour gusts to wake up to on Friday morning in the most exposed locations. Yellow warning in force here as well. And again, coastal areas most impacted by the wind and the high seas. It then rapidly decays. The second half of Friday, it vanishes.
Yeah, really, it's supposed to like decay. So, which means it's gone. Dissipates. Yeah, it's going to dissipate shortly after it passes England. Well, bye-bye. Just like Dorian did a while ago when it went just past Ireland and it went farther north, and then I think before that even it dissipated.
Into virtually nothing. The isobars open out across much of the UK. The weather turns quieter again. But it is a quiet start to Thursday. Temperatures in towns and cities, mid-single figures. In the countryside, a touch of air frost for parts of Scotland, perhaps northern England as well. Certainly a ground frost in many locations. A chill in the air first thing. A bright start, but there will be some layers of upper cloud making the sunshine a bit more hazy, for example, for many places, and the cloud thickening all the time through Thursday morning across Northern Ireland, Wales, southern and southwestern England. The breeze picking up here as well. That's going to make it feel quite fresh outside. It's not going to be especially mild. 15, 16 Celsius is about as high as those temperatures will get. 12, 13 in some places through the day. Now, in the west, the weather rapidly deteriorates into Thursday afternoon. The wind and rain setting into Northern Ireland in particular for the Thursday afternoon and evening rush hour. Like I say, 50, perhaps 60 mile per hour wind gusts around exposed coasts and hills. That combined with some high seas as well could cause some impacts. Yellow warning in force. And then the rain pushes across much of England and Wales through the evening into southern Scotland. Northern Scotland largely remaining clear and dry. But for much of the country, it's an unsettled, cloudy out at night with outbreaks of rain at times and that strong wind. That means, of course, it won't be a chilly start to Friday, but it will be an unsettled one. The wind whipping up across South Wales and southwest England in particular. Yellow warning in force. 65 mile per hour gusts likely in exposed locations, especially the north coast of Cornwall, for example. And those big waves to watch out for to bring coastal impacts. The wet weather moves its way through. The winds ease away during Friday afternoon. A lot of cloud cover elsewhere, but it's actually much quieter weather further north. And for the north of Scotland, that's where the brightest skies, the best of the sunshine will be. 1 or 2 showers here. Generally grey elsewhere. Some dribs and drabs of rain for southeast Scotland, northeast and east England. So nowhere particularly settled, and temperatures remaining on the cool side. Into the weekend, a fine start before more wet weather arrives from the west, and you can find out more about that via the Met Office 10-day trend, which can be found on the Met Office YouTube channel and Facebook page.
All right, so here's the map of the alerts for Ireland. We have the alert system works differently. So for anyone from Ireland, well, the alerts, they have like colors associated with them. Here in America, we just call them winter storm warnings, or we have hurricane warnings for places that can get those. Tornado warnings, we just say. There's no color, but this is how they do it. It does have like a name, like wind warning. There's different statuses, or I believe you say status in Britain. But here's an orange alert, wind warning for Galway, Mayo, Clare, Kerry, and Limerick counties. As you can see here, the yellow is for much of the rest of Ireland, and then these places having none. No alerts in effect. So let's read through the alerts. An orange alert says southwesterly winds veering westerly will reach main speeds 65 to 80 kilometers per hour, with gusts generally of 100 to 30 kilometers per hour, higher in some coastal regions. Storm surge will produce coastal flooding and damage. And then we have yellow, wind warning for Leitrim and Sligo. We have west veering northward winds of mean speeds of 50 to 65 kilometers per hour with gusts of 90 to 100 kilometers per hour. And then we have another yellow alert, rainfall warning for Coanack, Leinster, Cavan, Monaghan, and Donegal. Spells of heavy rain at times today and tonight will result in some flooding. Marine warnings. Status orange, gale warning. South to southwest gales or strong gales on all Irish coastal waters and on the Irish Sea. Reaching storm force 10 to this evening and for a time tonight from Loop Head to Eris Head to Rosan Point. So yeah, those are the alerts. But anyway, so for Dublin, they have, they're in the yellow area, so that's what they have. In the west, they have an orange alert, but it's pretty serious, the storm. It's not it's not a hurricane anymore, but it's still something to be, still something to look out for if you're in Ireland or Britain. It's still something to look at. So right now they're getting affected in Ireland. Here's the weather for Dublin. Right now it's raining. It says light rain showers. It's 14 degrees Celsius. Winds 22 kilometers per hour direction southwest currently. Excuse me. Yeah, I think that's it with the storm. But anyway, here are the winter storm names. So for this winter, take a look at it. Yep. So the first storm will be named Aubrey, and the last, Zachariah. So those are the winter storm names. Anyway, that has been your forecast. So like this live stream if you thought it was good. Subscribe if you want to see more. Make sure the bell icon is on for notifications. I have a video and that should be out on Monday. It's not a forecast. It's a bit different. You can maybe figure out what, but it won't be filmed even here. It'll be somewhere else. So look out for that. Should be Monday. And for all of you in Ireland and Britain, be careful out there. It's quite a crazy, year for the weather. So anyway, bye.